Cargill's 6th grade author's purpose worksheet number 6. I'm afraid the bell's fixing to ring, but if you hear that, disregard. So hit pause or the space bar whenever you need time in between questions and answers. And we'll go with number 1. A handbook teaching people how to negotiate. Author's purpose: to inform, persuade, or entertain. Pick one. And how do you know? Write a sentence explaining your answer. When you're going to do this on 1 through 5, you're going to pick the author's purpose, either to inform, persuade, or entertain, and then you're going to... You're going to explain how do you know and write a sentence explaining your answer.
I'm sorry, teachers, but I still need these students that I guess weren't listening. Gretchen Mark, Jay Davis, Lucas Cantu, Ethan Gibson, and River Maniga.
I'm sorry. I thought I hit the pause button. So here we go. We're just going to continue, and I'm sorry. Number 2, a public service announcement telling kids to stay in school. Pick your author's purpose and explain how do you know. Number 3, a menu for a local pizzeria listing the prices of pizzas and available toppings. What is your author's purpose and how do you know? Number 4, a song about pizza by popular music artist Misdirected. Author's purpose: inform, persuade, or entertain. And how do you know? Number 5, it's going to be the same author's purpose: inform, persuade, or entertain. Number 5, the track listing to Misdirected's album, I Want Pizza, which shows the order, the length, and producer of each song. So the track listing to Misdirected's album, I Want Pizza, which shows the order, length, and producer of each song. Author's purpose and how do you know? So on the next page, worksheet number 2. Read each short selection. Determine what the author's purpose for writing the story may be. Your 3 options are entertain, maybe that's 4 options. Entertain, persuade, inform, and explain. Write your answers beside the passage and list 2 reasons to support your analysis. Number 1, in naval aviation, the AWACS, which is an acronym for Airborne Early Warning Command and Control System, plane, or Hawkeye, serves as an air traffic controller monitoring the airspace around a carrier fleet. It is responsible for surveillance of enemy aircraft and ships, as well as directing helicopters to survivors and guarding against air collisions. In addition to servicing the Navy, Hawkeye planes have been used in rescue operations of civilians during hurricane evacuations. So I'll list your author's purpose, reason number 1, reason number 2. Number 2 and number 3 and number 4 are all going to be the same. Remember to pick entertain, persuade, inform, and then you're going to explain. Let me explain. And so number 2, the pilots of the Hawkeye aircraft are the unsung heroes of naval operations, the first in and the last out. These men receive none of the glory bestowed on the top guns of F-18 fame. Thanks to Hollywood, fighter pilots have been glorified, but the pilots of the AWACS planes work quietly and diligently, and they deserve praise for their contributions. Author's purpose, reason number 1 and reason number 2. Number 3. Alonzo winked at his mother's shocked gaze and with a grin quipped, "Sausage and pepperoni pizza for breakfast makes perfect sense. Allow me to demonstrate. You have your tomato. Tomato is technically a fruit. You have your cheese. Cheese is a dairy product. And you have your crust, necessary carbs for quick energy in the morning. And don't forget the sausage and pepperoni, my protein. If you think about it, it's just like bacon and eggs, toast, and orange juice. Still grinning, he added, "Really, it is. Well, almost. Why are you looking at me that way?" And answer your questions to the right. Author's purpose, reason number 1 and reason number 2. Number 4, tobacco companies have been in litigation facing charges that their marketing practices in the past have targeted teenagers. Also, evidence indicates that companies adjusted levels of nicotine in their cigarettes to increase the probability that smokers would become addicted to their product to ensure higher sales in the future. Author's purpose, reason 1 and 2. Number 5, tobacco companies should be forced to pay lucrative settlements to anyone who has become addicted or adversely affected by the use of their products. Anyone who has a loved one who has succumbed to the temptation to use cigarettes can attest to the way the product can swallow souls as well as consumers' wallets. The clinical evidence of the devastation created by secondhand smoke is compelling enough for legislators to consider legal action against the powerful corporations. Unfortunately, tobacco companies have traditionally provided strong financial support for many political candidates. Write your congressional representative and express your outrage. Author's purpose, reason 1 and 2. Number 6, do you want to add years to your life and feel better too? Here are a few tips. First, to decrease your chances of a heart attack, eat a handful of nuts each day. Also, to ease the effects of rheumatoid arthritis, be sure to include some citrus, such as orange juice, in your diet. Finally, exercise on a regular basis. Include weight-bearing activities such as walking and jogging. Also, try yoga for flexibility and stress relief. Author's purpose, reason 1 and 2. Refer back to the other page if you need to look at your list. Number 7. Circadian rhythms have fascinated scientists for many years. Recognizing that the eye nerves translate information to the brain about the same time of day, scientists observe that we adapt to the conditions around us. Also, these researchers have recently discovered that not everyone is alike. For example, teenagers are nocturnal. That is, they are more active at night but do not function as well early in the morning. Author's purpose, reason 1 and 2. Number 8, because researchers studying circadian rhythms have discovered that most teenagers are really nocturnal, school administrators should take this into account when organizing a school day. For example, traditionally, teenagers must arise in the pre-dawn hours and arrive at school before sunrise. Groggy and unfocused, they find it difficult to concentrate and be alert before lunch. After lunch, which for many students is in overcrowded high schools begins at 10:30 a.m., they are finally able to pay attention. Armed with this information, the school board should be innovative and rearrange the schedule, which would curb truancy in grades 8 through 12. Author's purpose, reason 1 and 2. And you made it to the end of your test.